Laser killed himself due to the fat manner of my fanfiction or whatever this is I am doing right now. WaWor agreed. WaWor pulled out my swag helmet from his swag helmet, which was actually his unicorn's horn covered in socks. Halcoon said, yes, Puckery said, 36! Me, behold, in my ear, I was going, I need more broccoli for this fruit salad to me. I got into my big red car and shoot, chug. Golfway ran into the room, wiggling, going, ah! Admiral Trainstorm was rolling on the floor laughing until his gun bursted into a wad of stomachs. Then Admiral Trainstorm bursted all those stomachs and I burst my stomach laughing. But his stomach was intact because he is, I don't know what he is. Which he came crying into the room and crying us all a river. Luckily, I had my rowboat ready because I'm always constantly surrounded by cries, and I had my rowboat constantly ready. Valkyrie was riding on a boat made out of G36Cs. On the USCCC G36CCC. And the ship was filled with packets of CCs. Not Doritos, because they're too good. CCs was shit. Valkyrie threw him overboard and said we need to lighten the weight. He picked up Halcoon and threw him on Golfway. Golfway zoomed through a rainbow of nothingness and landed into a black hole. That black hole was Turkish Phantom.
Oh, God.
Turkish Phantom says, I feel wet now, and then spewed Halcoon out of his finger. And Turkish Phantom turned to Therus and said, hey, waifu, you think that's weird? You should see how I pee. He peed from his pee of penis. Torchlight wiggles for more G36C. The G36C factory was rolling in the billions, seeing as how their number one customer was a ghoul guy with awesome red glowing eyes who just threw money at them because he likes to rob banks with the many G36Cs that he previously bought. Banks were owned by the company that made the G36C, so basically it was a win-win for Valkyrie. Valkyrie then surfed a giant G36C made out of G36Cs, which was inside of made out of silencers for the G36C. He proceeded to shoot bullets from his eyes, and that hit the TheAstrix blimp. The TheAstrix blimp went down and landed on WaWor's horn, and then it just went and landed into the ocean that was right next door to Bobby's house. Bobby said, you're an intruder, and then the TheAstrix blimp that was filled with Asterix got raped by the demo tree. The demo tree proceeded to rape, and then a random spike appeared. Then JW Mobs had no eyes in his eyes, had a sword on his back, had a gun pointed to Halcoon. The Halcoon pulled it in front and said, take me instead. Halcoon had the torchlight in front while saying, take me instead, and then Merity was like, what the fuck is going on here? Halcoon turned and said, how dare you now? And Halcoon exploded into an Apophis map. He was running around in circles with no pants on, but no socks on either. His socks were on his pants. His pants were on his socks. Halcoon was sliding around like a princess on ice. Then Asterix came to spoil the fun by sliding on Trixie's hat. Trixie followed shortly behind on her cape while she was wearing socks. Asterix turned around and saw the socks and fell off his board of hat and landed into a tree made out of WaWors. The WaWors all said, yada, 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 yada. Asterix ran away hiding in the bunker where G36C Valkyrie hit all his G36Cs. Valkyrie was trying to reload his G36C with another G36C while trying to put the bullet in the G36C that he was trying to reload with the G36C. WaWor was even more confused on how I was able to just say all that without taking a breath.
Kinda.
WaWor got his answer. Then Valkyrie pointed the G36C, which had another G36C, which had another G36C attached to it, and then shot the spear through all three of them. No one was surprised because it was Valkyrie. Fuck logic. Aggie said, no, I'm the one to fuck logic. And then we said, Aggie, you fuck our minds, not our logic. Aggie was depressed. Then he derp-eyed. Then he just disappeared into a ball of melons. Sniper Melon showed up because there were melons afoot. Sniper Melon started snorting the melons up his Samuel Bellinger. Samuel Bellinger was all like, no, this is not very good. I have some sort of syndrome where I do things that I don't do. PC just slapped hamburgers upon his face and said, I am a wamburgular called the Wambulance. Halcoon was driving the Wambulance, although Halcoon was intoxicated due to the massive wobs. Acid Knight was sitting right next to him trying to read a manual called Hitchhiker's Guide to Halcoon's Mind. It was a 1 inch long book.
1 inch long?
Fuck, lads, I'm getting more chocolate milk.
While WaWor GTFO'd here to get more chocolate milk, he realized the chocolate milk's main ingredient was G36C resin. Valkyrie was constantly drinking the shit, and then he was a walking bloat of G36Cs. When he tried to lose the weight, he swore to G36Cs from him, and then he had more G36Cs to use upon Halcoon's torchlight boat of torchlightness. It was called the Love Boat. It was covered in socks. He went around nailing socks to people's doorsteps so they would have socks so he can Magusta on them when they opened the door. They were not surprised. I was not either, Halcoon. That was a very dog move. I slapped Halcoon's shit. Halcoon was standing there and said, "Why are you slapping my shit?" I'm like, "God damn it, not again! Why is everyone thinking this so literal? It's a goddamn term for slapping your head or something. I don't know." TheAstrix was standing there going, "Guys, I think I have a tootie." Everyone went quiet. And then I started to
Oh god.
I shit with the halapanalamalapayapa of Michael Rosen. And he said, "My malapus can yalapalepipito your halapanala Halcoon of boredom." And Michael Rosen, who was Halcoon at the time, with glasses saying voice, said, "All your with my planetary on the curiosity of the community." TheAstrix came on the market and said, "Hello guys, I present to you my dick." And then Dario grabbed Astrix's dick and made a helicopter with it, making him destroying the planetary of popcorn community of my of Torchlight.
What?
I have no idea.
The Hazo was amazed. I'm still going. I can go all night, baby. Just like Halcoon and Torchlight when they're listening to a certain song of Wub Wubs. I came in and said, "Shut that shit up." Halcoon threw a broomstick at me and I flew off like a witch. He flew in on me, who was riding a broomstick that turned into a G36C. Valkyrie said, "To the land of gobble bums and chickly cheese." And I'm like, "Do I have the address?" Valkyrie punched it into my back of my head, which was a GPS, and then he says, "Now you do." And I'm like, "Yes." I dope ghosted to Nexus's place and grabbed his hair and pulled him along with us. He was not happy. Nexus proceeded to kick ferociously into my groin. I was feeling the pain, but I was ignoring it at the fact that what I'm seeing is a giant G36 3C ship. It was made out of silencers for the G36C. The captain of the G36C was Nazo, who was wearing his US specs and said, "I never asked for this." But he was never...
I've never seen anything like that.
He wasn't the captain that the G36 needed, but he was the captain that the G36 got. Halcoon boarded the G36C ship with a Bane blade from outer space, where the Imperial man was finishing flame grilling their heretics. They proceeded to attack the Tyranids, which was an epic fail. The Tyranids broke through their lines and destroyed the Imperial man. The Tyranids became the dominant race of the galaxy, except for the Tau. They allied themselves somehow. Then the Tau and Tyranids went on a killing spree to get all chocolate chip cookies out of Astrix's ass. Astrix was turning himself into a minigun, but shot chocolate chip cookies at the Tau and Tyranid alliance. The Tau and Tyranid alliance decided to use the Astrix chocolate chip cookie minigun against Valkyrie's ship of G36C, but apparently the G36C ship was already engaged in the battle against Sahad Krolit's League. Sahad Krolit was a weak little motherfucker whose mind was way set on fucking a dead corpse, known as Witchy. Witchy cried some more because I said that. Halcoon was pissed off at Witchy was crying and said to Valkyrie, "Valkyrie, you must use your G36C to fire more G36C fighters at them and destroy their ship of wah." So Valkyrie launched himself through the front window of the bridge of the ship, sucking everyone into the vacuum of Torchlight's face. Torchlight squeed and everyone died. Valkyrie, however, on the other hand, was still proceeded on his mission to destroying the League's fleet with only a G36C that shot spears. What I just added was carrying a gargantuan drum magazine that would make Earth look like a moon to compare to the thing, and all it did was fire more G36Cs. I was amazed how he was carrying it, but then again, fuck logic, it's Valkyrie. Somebody had to make this a picture, so Nereus decided to do it, but instead of making an epic picture, he threw a flower at it. PC was not amused. PC made a comic about it and started raging. Then Sniper Ellen said, "Lol, look, it's Molestia. Molestia's giant, wide, and gaping vagina sucked WaWor into oblivion." WaWor was in a dark place. He was scared. Then his Twilight Sparkle lit the room with her magics. Then Tony said, no, that's my Twilight Sparkle. And then the Twilight Sparkle turned into Twilight Sparkle. It was a normal Twilight Sparkle, but she had socks on! Tony magoosted with a Desert Eagle coming out of his zipper belt or whatever it was, and started shooting more Desert Eagles. Valkyrie bursted into a giant great white whale and said, no, I can shoot guns from my gun, not your bullets from your penis gun. Tony said, oh, okay. Put his sexy spag sex specs sunglasses on his head backwards and said, this is where I leave you now. I'm Commander Shepard, and then he just died. But Tony doesn't die so easy. He was in Minecraft land. He was alive. And then Asterix grabbed cheese and said, cheese. And Michael Rosen said, I fucked my own beef with my space stick of popcorns, and then Ferris and Therus starting having relations on Torchlight's ass, and then Extreme started the same. And Michael Rosen and Asterix with his cheese, and then Dario, and the policeman, and Turkish, and Nazer, and WaWor, and Cressy, and Nearest, and all of them from DA started fucking on Torchlight's ass, making the bed ass explode, and everyone finished themselves on PC's dick. Which was inside of Ferris's TV, and Ferris with socks was seeing porn of Merity there. Meanwhile, Merity was being raped by Torchlight's surprised face. While Torchlight was raping Merity, I had a disturbing sense in my tailbone. It was wiggling. I don't have a tailbone. But then again, WaWor has a horn in his horn, and he had socks. Futanari, motherfucker, that's what it's all about. Valkyrie burst in with a cloud of G36Cs surrounding him like General Round. Valkyrie pointed and the G36Cs flew at Torchlight and destroyed her mentally. Not physically, anyway. She was in a straitjacket along with the Fluttershy from the .mov series. Fluttershy from the .mov series says, hey man, are you in for? Torchlight proceeded to say, Halcoon didn't put socks on correctly. I had a penis. Halcoon said, oi! Halcoon said, oi! That's not right. Torchlight broke free from her restraints and then started to fuck the .mov Fluttershy. Halcoon said, what? And then Torchlight said, tonight, you and me, Halcoon. Halcoon said, sounds familiar. Then he went up to Torchlight, grabbed her face, ripped it off, and behind it was Turkish Phantom. Torchlight was Turkish Phantom all along.
Oh no!
Halcoon said, what have you done with the real Torchlight? Turkish Phantom said, I am the real Torchlight. Then Halcoon turned around. There's Turkish Phantom at the door with a surprised face saying, who is this imposter and why is he so damn sexy? Torchlight Phantom said the same thing back. WaWor entered the room covered in ice cream and said, lick me, I'm an ice block. Twilight Sparkle entered the room and said, I will read a book. Sat down and read a book. Trixie came in and said, ha ha ha, used the magic to swipe the book and covered Trixie in books. Trixie was a walking book. Valkyrie was a walking G36C, and Halcoon was a walking disgrace. Halcoon said, oh, fuck. I came in the room, patted him on the back, and said, there, mate. There. At least you're not a walking pile of vomit. And Halcoon said, are you? I'm like, no, I'm cool. Halcoon said, oh, then who's a walking pile of vomit? I said, well, it definitely isn't Commander Cody from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That guy is a tank. Well, Commander Cody transformed into an ATTEE and started walking on a droid command ship, which was being attacked by Valkyrie G36C fighters. The Volta droids tried destroying the G36Cs by firing G36Cs, but that only made them stronger and bigger, might I just add, contributing to the mass of G36Cs that controlled the universe. The G36C Empire, run by Valkyrie, who had a giant spear that grew every day by at least minus 1 inch.
Minus 1 inch it grew.
And then Valkyrie proceeded to walk down the stairs and fell up them to the first story. No one seems to be getting this logically.
No.
Valkyrie was pissed off that he fell up the stairs and landed on the first floor. He decided to pull out his G36Cs from his pocket, but realized he had a hole in his pocket, so the whole time he left a trail of G36Cs everywhere he went from the beginning of my story. That's why there are so many G36Cs. And by the way, he had them all chained together, so he was dragging them along. It was like a giant G36C snake. Then the great and powerful Trixie burst out of Princess Luna's horn and said, I was magic all along. Asterix McGoosed it everywhere, covering Halcoon only.
Yeah.
Higher universe converged on Halcoon and said, clean yourself. Then the rock burst out of Halcoon's right nostril hair and said, it doesn't matter what you clean. John Cena started fighting him for the heavyweight championship for WWE. But no one cared about WWE, but except for Golf, whose name was Golf WWE 1 something blah 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 a bunch of numerals. Nazo said, alright, well tell me this. What is the equivalent of pi? Golfway exploded into a large mass of Admiral Trainstorms. Nazo said, fuck my life, and he just left the game.
I would never do that.
Bullshit, this is my story.
Fuck your story.
Fuck my story, fuck my logic, fuck me with a G36C.
No, thank you. I don't want to fuck anybody,
Pussy!
especially you.
Decided
Go
to
on.
use me as a bayonet on his G36C. He charged headfirst into battle with me as his bayonet. I was going pretending to be a chainsaw. The Asterix said, and the last part, Torchlight extracted the cheese, light and labby blady blade, CCC, edible, how do you sock buds up, popcorns of doom, and potatoes with milk flakes. Milk flakes. I think I talked too much.
Well-timed burp.
With milk flapper, lappa, by God, this is a disgrace because I'm a Machirian Rosenhand, fa-la-la-la. And she discovered the secret of life, which it was Ferris's Halcoon disguised as an Azelf Nazo with the PC face, and then Asterix came and used Torchlight to hold popcorn, and Ferris came and said, I'm your best dream, and Trainstorm threw a shoe at Ferris's face, and Cheese destroyed Torchlight's ass. The fucking end!
Lovely.
Fuck.
Epic.
That has gotta be the best fanfiction ever.
Fanfiction best ever, chapter 2.
Oh no.
That was only the first chapter, motherfuckers. Prepare your
Oh fuck!
This is one rough ride. Halcoon was rapping like Michael Rosen, very vigorously, might I just add, so much that his dick started throbbing torchlights out of the tip. Tony started swapping sex stories for sex pictures, and I said, Tony, I don't work that way. I work for Mirity. Mirity turned around, slapped my dick, and said, no, you will work for him. And I'm like, but Mirity. Nazo said, all of his sex jokes in one sentence. I'm out of here. He just walked out on one foot.
I
No,
have
what-
no idea. No idea at all. Whatsoever.
Am I
What
fucking
the
with your logic right now?
What's going on here?
And then, and burn! Finally, Halcoon proceeded to fuck a duck!
Oh god.
The
Oh,
duck
fuck.
quack! Asterix was trying to send me popcorns of a milk's favorite sex dream. That's the fucking moral of the story. Arrow pointing up to Halcoon's face. Halcoon pulled a derp goose to face. Nexus slapped and said, that's my line. Then Azelf attacked, and then Nexus kicked his ass. Azelf died, vigorously, painfully, and covered in shit. Because he likes sniffing ass. Because he's a sick fucker. I proceeded to throw mint biscuits against the wall for no reason. No.
Why do you have mint biscuits in the first place?
Because I was opening a chocolate bar of white chocolate and I got mint biscuits. You know, Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get. Anyway, continuing my epic story of epic proportions where we should have invited PC, but he was probably asleep by now because the guy likes to stay up all night. Halcoon couldn't control his orgasms to my epic story and covered Nazo in bananas. Bobby attacked Nazo like a crazed monkey attacking its owner's face. Whilst the whole time, WaWor was the claws of the vicious extreme Terminator. WaWor being sharp as attack, no, not really, but WaWor being as sharp as attack, attacked Tickle the Echidna for no reason. Tickle the Echidna was Bobby's bitch. Bobby decided to kick Tickle while WaWor was attacking Tickle. Tickled the echidna turned into Arthas. Everyone backed off and said, it's him! Everyone in the entire universe. Even Azelf. No, not really. Azelf was part of the Arthas collabing. Everyone converged on Azelf Arthas after they tried making a sex-crazed maniac called 198 Meg. They destroyed all three of them with the force so powerful known as the G36C.
Oh, God.
Sonic Devil sonicked his very little hedgehog ass into there and delivered me a message that was written in some sort of backwoods Swedish language. I did not understand, so I threw it at Aggie. Aggie put his reading specs on and said, the random doctor asked Chris Roche for Trochocilius to make potatoes out of Shannon Patterson. Shannon Patterson did not agree with this, so he threw Screen When You at a computer screen. Then he merged with it and said, I'm watching you watch porn. Everyone's saying, oh, that's Screen When You for you. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, God, I go.
The paparazzi loved this story so much, they decided to surround Halcoon. Who was the main star of the show? Bullshit, the G36C was. They started taking pictures while popcorn was flying out of the flash, covering Halcoon in sweet salty jizz. Wait, what? No, we were talking about popcorns. No, popcorns were milk all along. So, anyway, Halcoon was sticky. Icky, sticky, wicky, icky, sticky, icky. For 4 hours, Halcoon was at it with his sister. He doesn't have a sister. Alright, then it was Halcoon's sister. No, I just said he didn't have a sister. My dog won't shut up. Okay, Torchlight. Let's use her as a cannon. We fired Torchlight at Torchlight while Torchlights were being destroyed by Torchlights. The G36C Armada decided to intervene, while throwing TheAstrix, who was covered in Trixies, as a suicide pact. They soon decided to explode in a large wad of fireworks that covered the entire galaxy. The Nemoidians, however, busy making their battle droids and whatnot, looked up and said, pretty. Then they continued making battle droids too.
Then suddenly I popped up and said, Ogrins! Oh! And then Ogrins disappeared. Oh!
And after Halcoon's finished ogreting in his pants, Therus came out of nowhere and said, I must Shazbot, my time needs me now.
He shazbotted the fuck out of there.
He shazbotted all the way to his watch, which was on his wrist. He shazbotted into himself. He exploded into 1,000 Lars. Lars all converged into a liquid metal and then made one big honkin' La made out of liquid metal. The liquid metal La said, I will devastate the Nez ass. Nez tried to fly away because he's apparently one of those griffin thingies. La grabbed Nez's tail, pulled him down, and said, prepare that very ass. Nez pulled out a Terminator from a minigun that was made out of G36Cs, but Valkyrie is now a warlord selling weapons. Valkyrie's main base of operations was in a G36C-shaped island. The aliens from above looked at this planet and said, and that's the reason why we don't make contact. Remember this. One of the children, on the other hand, was WaWor. WaWor was an alien all along. Turkish Phantom was sitting next to him, rubbing his shoulder, saying, hey, you're new, aren't you? You know what I do to new kids? He hands him a lollipop, says, there you go. I got this from Pyroland. The baby Heavy flew in and started going, and flew away. He started driving a Harley Davidson through space. It's kind of like that opening sequence for that movie that was like, I don't know, but it had a lot of tits in it. That's all I remember. TheAstrix.
That's all you can remember.
TheAstrix agreed. We could only remember tits. And then, while the baby Heavy was driving the Harley Davidson through Tit Universe, it smacked into me, who was driving a giant Brumac through space, shooting thousands of corpses out of its teeth. The corpses turned into Reavers, which turned into Hydras, which turned into Brumacs again, which turned into Blood Mounts, which turned into Wretches, which turned into Tickers, which turned into Suicide Tickers, which blew up Halcoon. Halcoon blew up, and every little bit of him grew into another Halcoon. We were facing a Halcoon invasion. Valkyrie said, fuck this shit. G36-3C Empire, attack!
Oh, God.
Halcoon engaged in an epic battle against the G36C Empire. Valkyrie was pleased. He sat back in his high chair that was shaped like a pony. It was Princess Celestia. He was happy. Turkish Phantom popped up from behind with an elongated neck and said, so if I'm the evil guy, where am I? Valkyrie pointed to the toilet. Turkish Phantom stuck his head in the toilet. flushed the toilet and said, I just gave myself a swelly, lol. Animal Trainstorm laughed at him, but all the trolls from Face Punch tried to troll Turkish. Turkish pulled his head out of his ass, which was the toilet, and said, people can't troll for shit. Do you even think with logic? They all started making hate pictures and started saying stupid shit. Turkish fans said, I thought not. I entered the room and said, I'm trying to wank with a 2-year-old. That 2-year-old was Mirti. Mirti is not 2 years old. She's the same age as me for some reason. I like this. I like this a lot. Mirti slapped my shit. And the whole time, she took her head off and she was a slug monster from Halcoon's buffoon. I was going to say lagoon, but I said buffoon. Buffoon is now a new word for lagoon. And lagoon is now for buffoon. Halcoon, you are a lagoon. Nazo is sitting here going, someone please shoot this guy. Valkyrie said, with what weapon? I have a whole range of G36Cs or a whole range of G36Cs.
Oh.
Make your pick. Nazo points to the G36C. Valkyrie says, no, not that. Then Nazo continued pointing to all of the G36Cs, and Valkyrie said, okay, fuck you. Kicks him in the balls, he flies into PC, merges together to make the great and musical Conehead.
Oh no.
Bantu Alpha Alpha, who was being so hardcore elite sex slave. At the same time, Little Miss Rarity was like, where's my sex slavery? So Hardcore Elite kicked her in the snatch, and she started screaming in pleasure, because apparently that bitch loves pain. So Hardcore Elite was confused because she got pleasure out of pain. Then Hardcore Elite decided to eat bath salts and become a zombie. A black zombie. He started eating Jews. Hitler was not amused. Hitler died. The end.
So,
Valkyrie came in with a G36C and said, oh shit, I'm too late. Valkyrie turned away, and with his badge on his shirt, or his little vest thingy, or his mask actually, it's on the middle of his mask between his eyes. If you read closely, it would say, proud member of the League of Gentlemanly Silly Walks. He silly walked out of there. Then they started playing the Monty Python's theme.
And then suddenly G36Cs.
It started raining G36Cs from the sky. When they landed, the trigger went off and shot Bane Blades right at Halcoon's left nut. Halcoon didn't find this pleasurable at all, seeing as his left nut was slightly larger and more swollen.
Ow.
Halcoon said ow in a very girly voice, while Therus was trying to concentrate making pictures, but he was too busy running his mouth with stupid shit. Mirity slapped me in the ass and said, shut up. I'm like, why would you slap me in the ass telling me to shut up? She says, logic has been raped today. I don't need to explain shit. I said, Valkyrie, and she nodded. She just nodded. Valkyrie surfed into the room on a tidal wave of G36Cs and said, please help me, they're growing! I said, sorry mate, I wish I could, but cherry blossoms were blossoming on a rickety bridge. Valkyrie derped and said, what? I said, no. Valkyrie said, no, with a question mark. I said, maybe, with an exclamation. Then the story got slow. And everybody...
Boring.
It got boring when I started.
And then I decided to fuck Feral.
It was a beautiful fuck. We gave birth to another story. Everyone just went...
And which was about our love child that we had.